any adjustment on
Well, they had it.
Beat the man that's.
I mean, when it's adjusted, I got to turn it up a little bit, but. Oh,
We can schedule something.
We're gonna call the meeting to order, Jeff Davis County Commissioners, for June the 20th. Appreciate all of you taking your time and coming. And Brother Jerry, will you pray for us?
Let us pray. Lord, we just thank you for this beautiful day, dear God, and Lord, we thank you for all the many blessings of life, Lord. And Lord, as we go in this business meeting tonight, Lord, we just ask you to just guide each one of us, Lord, and just give us the right decisions, and Lord, be decisions that will be pleasing to you, Lord. And Lord, again, we just thank you for everything you do for us. All this we ask in Jesus Christ's sweet and precious name. Amen.
Will everybody stand for pledge allegiance to the flag? Steve, you will lead us.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Number 4 on the agenda is approved minutes of the May 16th and May 20th meetings. Y'all got your package and y'all read over. Then I have open for a motion. I have a motion by Jerry, a second by Steve. All in favor? Thank you. Number 5, approve the monthly finances. We got money enough to take.
yeah, we're in pretty good shape. We're at 91.67% of the year, and we spent 86.3, so that puts us a little ahead.
Got a motion, second. Jerry, second. Steve made the motion. All in favor? Thank you. Number 6 is Jennifer Miller, new county agent. Mr. Falk, you want to?
Yeah, she lost her mother in the last few days, and she's unable to attend tonight, but we'll be introducing her a little bit later.
Thank you. Number 7, Jimmy McLeod discussed the hospital. He's got a special guest with him. Y'all come forward.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The last time I was here with you, we were going to try to have a work session together, and we weren't able to do that for a few reasons. First of all, we tried to do some stuff with you guys' schedule and our board's schedule, and things weren't matching up, and then our administrator resigned. And then I tried to step in and take it for a few weeks, a few months, is what was the intention, but I realized real quickly that I was in over my head. The hospital is too important to let it flounder, which that's what I was doing while I was under me, it was floundering. Well, we were very fortunate. We looked around and we found a CEO that's interim right now. It's Tammy Mims. She's here with me right now. She's had 40 years of experience in hospital, 30 years at Memorial, and 9 years at Effingham. What we also realized that if she got, and I won't let her talk to you, and I'm not going to dominate everything. But when we had asked before, and there was some talk that we were asking you guys for some millage rates, or a millage rate set aside for us, that was premature. We really were not in shape to ask that. We didn't know exactly what we needed and how we needed it. And that's what we've been doing, is reevaluating where we're at financially and what we think we're going to need, but we don't have that information available yet completely. So what we do want to do is we still want to ask you guys for a work session. Going forward, it's going to be imperative that small rural hospitals have the cooperation with the county commission. We don't want to surprise you guys one day like happened a few months ago, and come in here and say, hey, give us some money, or we're going to shut down. We don't want that to happen. So we do want to have a much better plan, and that's what we're doing with Tammy. She's evaluating some things. So we just kind of want to come to you now and let you meet Tammy, and I want to let her tell you what she's been doing and where we want to go going forward.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. I'm Tammy Mims. I think you've read the great article that was in the newspaper, but if you didn't, Jimmy's told you that I'm from Savannah currently. I have family. My family Mims, if you know any of the Mims, are from Jeff Davis County, so we've been connected to the county by family. My husband's father retreated to Savannah, but we still have connections here. So I have a lot of experience in healthcare administration, and I actually started out as a respiratory therapist. So a lot of people say I'm a different type of administrator because I worked my way up from a unit secretary all the way to administrator of a large tertiary care center in Savannah Memorial. Worked there 30 years, was 12 years as the chief operating officer, and then my last was 9 years at Effingham, which is a critical access hospital, just like Jeff Davis Hospital. Population is a little bit larger. We served almost 60,000, where the population here is not that large, but the same opportunity exists of bringing success to the hospital. So the last 3 to 4 years, we had a large success in Effingham. And so what I've done with this being the first day of my 3rd week is to really evaluate where are we? How did we get here? We do have hurdles from those just with the overall transformation of healthcare that it's going through. So we do have to take those into account, but we are need to be responsible for being a good steward of what we are receiving. So that's what I'm looking at now of every program, evaluating it, seeing what we could do to make improvements, and really just applying some management of what I've done in the past to bring success. So what I have told several board members that I've talked to thus far, just a brief 2 weeks, is we need to get our plan together to say, where are we, and then what do we need? And from that, once we identify what we can do, then we'll see if there's a gap and then what the need's going to be. I would feel much better coming before this group to say, here's the overall situation, and here's what we can do on our own before coming before the group without that information. So hopefully that won't take long. We've been doing a lot. We know more today than we did 2 weeks ago, and we have a good draft even of a plan. And so as soon as I can get with the hospital authority, probably in the next month or so to kind of nail those things down, then we'd appreciate a work session with this group to say, here's just where we are, here's what's happened in healthcare, here's where Jeff Davis is, and here's the plan to make it a sustainable hospital. Most people don't wake up and say, wonder what the hospital's doing today. They do wonder what the hospital's doing when they have chest pain, or they get hurt on the tractor, or their grandchild gets hurt. So I know a lot of people say, well, do we need a hospital? Do we not? I have a passion for rural health care. There's a lot of lives that are saved at Jeff Davis Hospital, and I would hope that majority of the community would support that and would get behind us and let us have the opportunity to make it sustainable for the county. Any questions anybody would have?
Just let us know.
I appreciate what you've done since you've been there, and thank you very much. And I look forward to working with you on the hospital board and through the commission.
Thank you.
And I know y'all know right now, Jimmy may have to after this for standing back in. I mean, I know y'all got all the figures, but does it appear to be what we thought it was a few months ago, or does it appear to maybe be a little better?
What was the number that you thought it was? And I'll tell you what the number is that's projected.
Well, we were given several options.
A question is a question.
There you go. So on the brief analysis of the first couple of weeks, it is projected to lose annually $1 million. However, there is an action plan that as of last Wednesday, that there are opportunities that we can do in the organization that, and I try not to live in the past, what could have been, should have been, whatever. However, there are opportunities for rural hospitals to survive, and we need to take advantage of those. And I can't see where all of those have been implemented. And so that's kind of like the low-hanging fruit. And so for 2 weeks, I've been asking a lot of questions of why. Why is this way? This is the regulations. How have we done that? And so that's where that action plan will be, if we do this item, that item, how can we get closer to that number?
The $1 million loss would have been if we kept doing what we were doing.
Right, but nothing changed.
If nothing changed, that's what we would have been. Yeah. I can tell.
I look on, that's where we was at, I was hoping it was
Yeah,
gonna be.
no, but we are recognizing what the problems are, where we can either cut and still be efficient or increase revenues, which is what we're looking at strongly.
Just some of the new things like swing beds, are they gonna help? Or is that something we didn't need to do?
Swing beds are a huge success for rural hospitals, absolutely. We, a lot of rural hospitals only make it because of having swing beds.
And, what's the thing across the street there for
Harmony Center?
the Harmony?
Harmony
Yeah.
Center. We have some opportunities to make some improvements there to make it cash flow better on a monthly basis. And those items will be implemented July 1st to achieve that. And then it's on a monthly review. Some items for critical access hospital, they're cost reimbursed, and you actually have a improvement, a financial improvement at the end of a cost report. Hospital finance, especially for a critical access hospital, is one of the most difficult, twisted things that are out there. However, we have to cash flow every month. We can't wait until the end of the year and hope the cost report then settles up and brings us back money. So that's what I've looked at to say, that at the end of the road, 12 to 18 months from now is good, but what do we do each and every month before we get to that point? And those are the improvements that we're making now.
She had explained to us how a large hospital like Memorial or Hetman, whatever, that would like to transfer patients out in a swing bed to a small county or to another hospital because that would open up a bed for them.
Mm-hmm.
And we never have went down that alley tonight.
Right.
Miss Tammy, I told Mr. Gary, the hospital over in Fixture, I talked to a board member from Tifton, and was on the board from Tifton Hospital, and he told me the hospital in Fixture, Orlando Silver, was fixing to close, and they got some kind of investment mortgage group come in and take it over, and now they think that they're gonna survive. I think they're doing pretty good, but I really don't know. I don't know no details whatsoever,
Right.
that you might want to contact them and see what kind of support, they might have some kind of support, I don't know.
Right, right. There's a laundry list of items that, we have, years ago, Effingham Hospital was 2 days from closing. You look at them now, and you're like, oh, how could this, be, with millions in the bank, investing money, and a new facility that's just 4 years old? How does that happen? So how do you go from 2 days to closing to this huge success, being one of the most successful critical access hospitals in Georgia? Well, it's a plan, and it's good leadership, and it's having a vision, and it's having the support of the community. It's really those items. So those are the items that we're looking at to, we want to be a good partner. The hospital can't probably do it on its own, but we will do everything possible to get it in the right direction, and then to see where that gap is, but be the good steward that we need to be, and do the best we can.
Jared, to your point also, I'm not sure, I haven't heard this latest about the Fitzgerald Hospital, but I know one time several years ago, Phoebe Putney Hospital from Albany made an investment in Fitzgerald Hospital. And we're not down that road with anybody yet, but the problem that we foresee there is that if we sell out to a bigger group and they look on us as a department, and one day the Jeff Davis Hospital department needs to be shut down, they're making that decision, not us. So that's
Well,
what
all I do, I just talked with this board member, and he told me that we might want to look into that because that they was fixing to shut down Lucille Rand Fitzgerald.
And I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but anything like that does carry strings if you go with a bigger group. And we would evaluate that if it came to that point. Certainly would.
All right. Anybody else? Again, we appreciate y'all
Appreciate
coming.
it.
Thank you for
I
coming to
appreciate
this
it.
plan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Approve and deny the work detail agreement between Department of Correction and Jeff Davis County. That will be the one that we pay for the ones that works and goes to the trash dump, dumpsters and all that works through the road department. Just like it's always been the contract. And, we have to furnish the van, the gas, and then pay so much on the contract. So,
We leave them, and what we give them, or we'll be foolish not to do it.
I agree with you. I have a motion.
I'll make a motion to keep it.
Got a motion. Jerry, second. All in favor? Thank you. Number 9 there was to do the one at Towns Bluff, and we just received a letter today saying that the state, we never paid for this one. Tommy Smith got us this one because the county took the state park down there after they built it, they wasn't going to open it up. And they've always come when they could. We don't pay for them. So the letter here says Georgia Department of Correction has decided not to renew the worker detail on July the 1st, 2016. The final date of service will be June 30th, 2016. In accordance with this current contract, the vehicle provided by Jeff Davis County will be returned on June the 30th, 2016. We have enjoyed working with y'all in the past year. Excuse me, if you can ever be assistant, just let us know. Please contact us. But Jerry's going to contact a couple of our state representatives. I'm going to contact one and see can we get a little leverage from the state to help us, because that would be a big project for us to have to start weed eating and keep it up on our own. So we're not just going to forget about it. We're going to see if we can get it part-time or at least get some help from it. All right, we'll move to number 10. It says approve and deny Madeline Jenkins engagement letter from the FY16 audit. Gary, would you like to?
Yeah, that's our auditors that we've been using now. This will be the 3rd year, and I called them up, and they agreed to provide the audit for the same amount of money that they charged us last year. So,
Okay. All right, y'all, I'll need a motion. Okay, got a motion from Jerry. Second from Steve. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, number 11, approve or deny the intergovernmental agreement for housing of the inmates.
Okay, I got that one, that's okay. In December of 1989, the Board of Commissioners adopted a resolution for an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Hazelhurst and the Sheriff's Department of the county, where the county will provide inmate housing for the city inmates. Now, what should have happened after the resolution was adopted was the intergovernmental agreement should have actually been entered into. And what this agreement allows is for every fine and every fine charged to a city offender, we'll call it for lack of a better word, a 10% can be added on an additional fine, and that 10% will go to a jail construction fund. So the resolution was passed, but an agreement was never drawn up. So on Thursday night, the city voted to enter into the intergovernmental agreement, and you guys just need to vote to enter into it. Doesn't cost anybody anything except the offenders of the city. There'll be an additional 10% of whatever fine they have to pay, and that is strictly for jail construction.
Let me make sure I understand. If the city stops somebody and they run a stop sign, it's $100 fine, then they've been collecting their $100 fine. But being that we didn't have this agreement, now they'll collect $110,
That's correct.
and $10 will go toward the jail fund. That's correct. Just wanted to make sure that I understood it, and everybody knows it. The city will still collect what they always have, and then they just feed us
We're not
extra.
taking anything away from the city, this is
Yeah.
just additional.
All right, and they have voted on it, their Thursday
And they
night
approved it,
meeting.
and it has been signed.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Got a motion by Brad, second by Jerry, all in favor? Thank you. Number 12, approve or deny the power transmission lines easement that's requested by Silicon Ranch on the Hattonville Road to A.J. Williams Road and Marson Williams Road. This is the new Silicon out on the Hattonville Road. This is the main road. They want to carry it back from there to the Alma Highway to the substation. And they're going to have to cross, well, right now it's 3 dirt roads, but then, you know, Hattonville is going to be paved there. But they just asking for permission. When Miss Carla called me, I told her I'd never know Georgia Power or REA or EMC or anybody asked it. But they have took and asked for us to give them permission, so I have a motion.
I'll make a
Got a motion by Steve, second by Jerry, all in favor for this. Thank you. Number 12, approve or deny the power transmission line. Number 13, sorry about that. Just one question, Ms. Carla.
Okay, yeah, that's, pretty good. Now, Aaron Leester property, only owned by Red Stripe Properties. Well, I have the Red Stripe Properties on the tract of land, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you and I discussed this, it's out in the Boston area, is that correct?
That's right.
And what they did was they sold the property, however they did it, to the state of Georgia. It's now part of that conservatory.
Yes, yeah.
And what happened is when they did the closing and they went to pay the taxes that were owed on it, they apparently had thought that all the taxes had been paid. Got notice later that there was a current bill for the one that you're looking at now. It's called $1,705.87 was still outstanding. I don't think you was aware of at the time. However, now the state of Georgia owns the property and cannot collect taxes from them. So we need to vote to approve it, approve it and let the city take it off the books. We're not trying to get after the state of Georgia.
Did they join this property with the Rocks, the property that is the Rocks, or do you know?
This property there, Rock Hamlet.
And it's their area,
They don't
whether or not.
join, they don't join at all.
Okay, they don't, okay. All right.
If it's, is that right, man?
Which property are you talking about?
The Red Stripe properties where the state bought, that was in there around Rock Hamlet Plateau, right?
I don't know. I'll be
I'm
honest.
not 100% sure.
But
but-
anyway,
The state,
who owes the taxes? Does Red Stripe or the state?
Red Stripe, the way I understand it, but I'll know.
So
Red,
how will we have to go after the state?
Exactly.
Well, you can't go after the state,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, so you either approve it or you deny it, you go after the
Oh.
This happened in what year? 2011?
2010, I think.
property bill is 10.
And we've been sending Red Stripe the bills, and they called us and told us they were not paying it.
You've been sending since then?
What is their reason for not paying? It looks like timber tax,
It is.
so they cut timber, that was taxes for
They
timber.
paid 2 timber taxes, but they didn't pay that one.
but if they,
Probably gonna be a loss.
if they took,
Don't pay, not pay.
okay, when they closed it out, they called the office to see if everything was,
What they did was send a thing, and they, when Ann helped them that day, they sent the map and partials, and they asked for 2 timber taxes, and she pulled up partials and 2 timber taxes. So, when, I think they paid, boy, this has been so long ago, I think they sent us a check for $30-something thousand, and so
so then when we sent our delinquent bills out, this guy called me up and he was very upset and he said that we didn't pull it. Well, that Ann still had her notes, and when the lady asked for it, she didn't ask for this map and partial timber tax. So I told him, I said, well, sir, I can take the blame, you know, that I'm sorry, but, you know, y'all didn't ask for it either. So now we've been sending bills ever since then. We've put a lien against it, but now the state owns it. So
Okay,
the taxes follows the.
You put a lien against it before the state bought it. So
Yeah, I
after,
couldn't get the lien against Red Stripe,
so when,
against Red Stripe. I don't remember when I put the lien on it.
Was it before the timber, before the property closed?
No.
it was afterward.
Exactly.
I had to put a lien on something that don't exist.
I said, we still have the bill in our office, so.
Well, me personally, I think that we need to take and, let Susie, Carla, and I don't mind being involved in it, that before that we just take and write it off, that we send them a certified letter and explain the situation. When they called in, they didn't ask for this map and parcel number. That would have to come a letter from you, because I have no proof that, and that it's still owed. And, you know, I think we need to go every way possible to try to get it before, if we don't, and they don't have to pay it, and we can't do anything about it, would be one thing. But now the state ain't gonna pay it, and the state don't know it, because once it becomes in their name, it's exempt. But I think we need to take every avenue and send the letters and all that, before we release it.
Has that been done? Any letters been sent, like certified letters? Have we
No,
done
we
that?
haven't sent the certified yet, but we've seen it. Don't hold me on this, but I was just asking more than, I can't remember if the emails being returned or not.
That was my next question, is this still a good address and we don't pay extra?
Right now, I can't tell you for sure, but I don't know.
Okay, first of all, they called over and they asked for the map parcel numbers of the rest of the land. And if they didn't ask for this one, then it didn't have to be on that place. But then, now that it shows up, then if they sold the timber off on it, they owe the money. I mean, that's just.
Well, and I told the man that day, I said, I take responsibility to me and him both, but he said he's not paying it because it was our fault that we didn't give him the amount. He'd already sold the property.
I'll make a motion tonight until we further.
Found out we definitely can't collect.
All right, I have a motion from Brad,
So,
and a second. All in favor? 14, Board of Assessors approve or deny the legals of the following mobile homes which are no longer in the county: Franklin, Watson, and Buddy Creek. There's nobody here tonight from there. I called over to talk to Kathy this afternoon to find out if somebody was gonna be here and something about them, and that she was going to a doctor. And I asked for Heather, and Heather's on vacation, and so Miss Minnie said that I could call back in the morning. But, do anybody, y'all know anything about them?
They in the back.
well, Dan and I could, but David done signed off on it, so, the chairman.
Yeah.
They-
I saw that they were no longer in the county. And,
They've been paying other counties.
They've been paying another county.
yeah, all right, I saw that, I didn't know, we didn't have anybody to.
They've been paying another county, we didn't know what we can collect, too.
Got a motion,
I'll make
Steve made the motion, Jerry second, all in favor?
And that's on both of them.
That's on both, yeah. Franklin, Watson, and Buddy Creek. We need to do one at a time, or?
Just that she named us, but the other ones went 950.
Okay. All right, Board of Assessors approved the nine following delinquent mobile homes or real property. Duplicated, there it's, John Hunt, and Hugh. Yeah.
David, there's something up on there. Yeah, I think I seen 40 sons.
Yeah.
David, if they got something up on it,
I make a motion to approve on John Hughes.
All right,
I'll second.
got a motion, second, all in favor? All right, Tony and Linda. Sam Ross.
Make a motion to approve that.
A motion by Brad,
Second.
second by Jerry, all in favor? Frankie A. Hall.
One more time, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Yeah, I mean, I think he had, but then, you know, had no question, no anything about it. That's fine. All right, number 16, approve the house direction of real property for Dr. Ronald Reagan.
Sign off on that, too, just estimated the property. Square footage, I think.
Yeah, well, what they done, they go by and it's got windows up in the attic, and they called it upstairs and raised the bill, and he called, and, so then they turned around and found out that it was an attic, not upstairs, and so they took it off. And he called me, and he was satisfied with it. So I have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Jerry,
I'll say.
second by Steve, all in favor?
Make a motion to approve.
Yeah, to approve it.
The correct.
Number 17, adopt the FY 2017 budget for the coming year.
Everything's the same as what we discussed in the last couple of meetings, public hearings, so just a formality of adopting.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Steve,
I'll second.
second by Brad, all in favor? Thank you. Approve or deny the region department behavioral health development disability council. I think we have one person. No. That's number 18. I think that's number 19.
Manual around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We have one person,
I'll make a motion.
Mandy Rowell.
Manual around.
Got a motion, Mandy,
I'll second.
second by Brad, all in favor?
Who made the motion?
I'll do.
Jerry made the motion, Brad seconded, everybody voted. Number 19, approve Shannon Kite to the Jeff Davis County Health Department Board.
What she's gonna do, she's gonna take, what's his name, Johnson
Yeah.
place.
Dwayne
Dwayne's
Johnson.
place.
Yeah.
Right. I'll make a motion to appoint.
I got a motion, second by Steve, all in favor? All right. Next one's open to seal bids for the roll-off truck for the road department. We're down to one truck, been that way for about 3 weeks. Jerry, you want to vote on that in, or you want me to go? Okay. Brian Franklin. I don't have the company's name, it just got his name on the outside there, but we'll go to the receipt. MHC Kenworth. Yeah, I reckon they just won.
I think they have to look hard to find the number you're looking for.
I think I said on the front, but I'm making sure that he's not they were supposed to just bid out one truck, you know what I'm talking about, all the same. Yeah, I know which one
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to
it
be.
is. Okay, 2017 model Kenworth T880. Heat and pool, 8 manual transmission, OX, body done. I'm trying to see what's the difference. One of them is $120,766.50, and then $120,766.50. And another one is a base MX 13, 455 horsepower, 1650 heat and cooling. This price includes a fleet price included at the state and the local tax.
That's a Hayes brand.
Yes, sir. Pace. BACCAR pace car engine. It's, I don't know, that's $144,279. And then I reckon your option warranty for 5 years is $2,630 more. 5 years. Heat, the warranty on the transmission is, for 5 years, is $1,625. Now you get to see where the very bottom total is, what the difference.
If we're gonna be all that detailed, we may have to take some time and, go over these.
Yeah, I thought that they was gonna give one option,
Well, that's what I thought too.
and that's what I had told Robert.
Very back
I did.
And you've gotten some prices before, and they were like that.
I don't know the difference, that's there, you can look at it. To me, the reading's the same, but either one of them, I wonder if this is added, you put up there 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000 more, no, there's more than that. That's right.
Out here is just the option warranty. On the engine there, 5 years, 300,000 miles, $2,630 extra.
Yes, sir, but what's the difference? If you add those together, you ain't talking but $7,000, $8,000. There's a $20,000 difference in the prices. What's the difference? They got the same reading and the same transmission, if I'm reading it right. I don't know what the difference between them two are. Do you?
Oh, I see the difference. One of them is your dump body, and the other one's roll-off hose. Roll-up, your dump body is 120, your roll-off is 144.
And then the warranty would be the same on either one of them. Did we ask for two different types, or you don't know either?
He might be trying to get ahead of himself,
Yeah.
as far as the guy who sent the bid in,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be for the roll-off.
This here is Roberts International Truck in Richmond Hill, Georgia. This is a 2016 International 7500 SFA 4x4. 16-foot Godwin dump. $114,332.66.
That's a dump, that's not a roll-off.
This here says, 16 foot, I don't know if that one tells what. 7500 SFA 4x4, right? See if there's anything else. Yeah. 2017 International 7600 SBA 6x4 for the roll-off. It's $161,484.55. Both of these says done.
I guess they both say dumps?
No, I'm sorry. Both, so far we got a roll-off
Yeah.
from each one and a dump for each one.
Yeah.
Well, this one says 6x4. Ten of them on back.
Why you need something that big? Four-wheel drive?
I think it's impossible to look at it, know what you got. And,
It'll take extra time when you get one.
yeah. This one's from Wayne Brantley, Freightliners of Savannah, office out of Vidalia. Got picture. Dump truck. This is a roll-off. 2016 Freightliner 114 SD SBA roll-off. $145,301. I don't think, we never had it done, have we? I mean, before, all we've had were the rear up and then,
Right. I think so.
all right.
Well, your bottom price on each one, you got 144, 279, 164, 484, and 145, 301. Just the three roll-offs are more than enough.
They talking about the dump trucks, I think, because they had.
Yeah, they got a
picture
picture.
them up, yeah.
This one does,
Yeah.
They did fix it all.
Yeah, asked for a bid for an outdoor.
He may have.
He mentioned he also other week too.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got one put up, but, the only thing we got on here, if I'm reading it right, is, roll-off. Open seal bids for roll-off truck.
Yeah, I think we should have somebody look over them real good, but it sounded to me like 17 Kenworth versus 16 Freightliner. 16's more than 17, but I don't know, maybe it's a, want to make a motion to review them, Carl?
You can have it.
Yeah.
Basically, all you had on here was open, so you want to open it.
Make a motion to review
I say,
Got a motion by Brad to, this week review them, and got a second by Jerry. All in favor? Yeah. That's not, all right. Number 21, approving tonight, the open notification. That's where, we discussed it, they had sent it to Ms. Bonnie, where the city and the county and the development authority and the chamber and everything. We used to do it, but I don't think we had in the last 5 years. I'll tell you my opinion of it, and then Mr. Jerry, you tell yours. You taken, is it $550? Is that what they charge it now? It used to be
1,500.
1,500.
10 hosts, 150 per person.
Okay, you get 10 tickets and you send it in, and they have a railroad depot, where you meet your, state representatives, and, you have a cook, catered in meal that's brought there, and you mingle and talk with them. We have done that before. Some of them don't even come, some do come, some don't stay very long. And, some of them, get pretty high, but, that's entirely up to y'all. I think that we could spend that money and go and see them on a day that everybody else ain't there, because they beat, what is 16 counties? You know, 16 counties? I thought
Yes,
it
sir,
was.
16. And if I may, I want to add to what you're talking about there. And speaking with Bonnie today, well, let me back up. I did speak with the mayor, and I'll talk with Tommy a little bit about it too. The city is very interested in participating in this as well. And I'm going to present this before my board with the Development Authority and see if we can join in with the participation, and that way we all share the expense. So the $1,500 for the 10 representatives from our county, we can share that across the 3 entities if the city does vote to go ahead and move forward, and if I can get it passed through my board as well. Just in conversation with everybody's really wanted to do this again. It has been a while since it's
I
been
think we
done.
need to. We used to go up there all the time, and we got more help we do now too.
I think the last time this community participated was in 2012, I believe. So, or somewhere around, I think you're right,
It
about
was
4
in
or
there when
5
I
years.
was, last time, it was when I was in office before.
But-
Did you? Yeah.
Just so you know, again, you're talking about the expense of it and the participation. Just by consensus of conversations, it appears that the city and the Development Authority are going to try and participate in this as well, so we can all share in it. But we do need to have somebody from the county contact Bonnie tomorrow morning. And I believe Bain will probably call Bonnie first thing tomorrow morning as well. But there's a planning meeting that begins Wednesday of this week. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend it myself. So it's between the city and county, if we can find somebody that can go on Wednesday for the first planning meeting of it. Because you get different things from your community, you know, different items that represent the community, and bring it with us and share it with those representatives. So I think it's really important if we can get at least one person to attend the first planning meeting on Wednesday, and it's in Waycross. That'd be a good
Technical school, is it gonna be at the technical school?
I'm not sure, Bonnie's got all that.
So this is the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah. But yeah, Bonnie, you need to call Bonnie first thing in the morning though.
That's probably, but are we taking and gonna split the money? Is that what you said, 3 ways?
That's what we're gonna try and do. I mean, I don't know what the Development Authority, what we're gonna be able to commit to, but I wanna present it to them to try and participate in some way, contribute something to it. I know that Bain's gonna be talking with the city council about their contribution to it, but, you know, we'd like to work it out where the $1,500 doesn't fall on your shoulders entirely, you know. We need to have, you know, 3 or 4 members of county, 3 or 4 from the city, and I can get at least 2 of my members to go as well.
Well, there's some, the years that I've been, Miss Sally, the bank, she goes for the bank sends it.
That she's not, the bank's not going to be able to do it this year.
Okay, well, then, all right, so I reckon what I'm asking y'all, I really don't know what to ask you, because.
Well, actually, and here's another thing too.
$1,500.
We don't have-
What I'll do, I'll make a motion to approve it, as long as we are cooperating with other local governments to come up with $10,000.
Yeah. And we don't have to turn the money in until the day that we go up there. So we don't have to write a check to them right now.
Now, we used to, we got to send it to them before we,
And the conversation I had with Bonnie today is she pulled up the email and the letter from Okefenokee Council, and it said that we bring the money with us when we go up. If there's anything other than, I mean, she showed me the letter and that's what it said, so.
all right, Brad put it on the table that if we're going to split it. So really what you're trying to make sure I'm right before we do, it looked like it's $100 per person. The 10 people get to go?
$150 per person, 10 people.
$150, okay.
Right. And actually, the RSVP deadline was today, but I don't think they're gonna tell us no tomorrow. So that's why I say we need to have 2
So we're
months.
gonna have a head count by
Yeah,
tomorrow?
they're not gonna pay no
We
2
could get
months.
10 people.
But, still, so, all right. So, bank's gonna carry it to the city council, see how many want to go and how many.
That's right.
That we'll do the same.
Make sure that they're all in agreement to participation. I'm gonna do the same with the Development Authority Board, and I'll call Gary as soon as that meeting will, and if you're activating yourself, then we'll know right away. And, Bill, like I said, you know, we do need to let Bonnie know.
This week.
Yeah.
We at least need to respond so that they know to expect Jeff Davis County as a participant. That's the main thing that.
Who's gonna go Wednesday?
You wanna go? I've got people from the state that's gonna be in town all day, Wednesday, so I can't go, but if somebody, I think that needs to be determined tomorrow when you talk with Bonnie.
That's true. I can't.
I'll read y'all to meet these two. I can't.
Will Bonnie go?
I don't think she'll be able to. She's got a new employee right now.
Yeah.
She's trying to train, and she's got her plate very full this week. Tommy, you wanna go?
What day?
Wednesday. That's okay.
They
Anyway,
get paid.
tell you what,
I got already
Dude.
already got my schedule.
She didn't get this letter from them until last week.
Right, and unfortunately, it was after we had our meeting at the Development Authority, we had rescheduled it a week early. But why don't we just do this? I'm gonna be in class all day tomorrow in Tifton, so I'm heading out as soon as this meeting's over with. If you'll call Bonnie, and Bain's gonna be calling Bonnie tomorrow as well, and between the two of you, if y'all can find somebody, it doesn't have to be somebody from the county, or, yeah, it can be anybody from any of our participating members.
Did it say anything about Board of Education? Did they go at a different time?
We didn't, I don't know that the email went out to the Board of Education.
I don't know who all got it. All right.
I think it was pretty much just the traditional three members has been city, county, and development authority. That's who the emails all
We got one, Gary.
Okay. Sherry, you go.
I just nominated.
I know that.
But if nobody else can go, Sherry or Gary want to go, I'll call Bonnie tomorrow.
And I'll see if Bane will ride with him. No comment?
To who, what?
Bane,
Who?
go ride with you.
That's fine.
We don't hear anything just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
So-
conversation.
All right,
Definitely.
rather than me call Bonnie tomorrow, one of y'all call her and set it up. How many things they want to do? You want to go? Can you go?
It'd be a January 15th.
Yeah, it's middle January.
Yeah, but they want lines up, make sure.
I'll go. I ain't sick, so.
Right, that's a long way from that.
All right, probably 3 from here, maybe 4. All right. We got a motion?
Second.
Second, Jerry, all in favor? That's it, long as everything, you want to do. Number 22, Attorney Carter Bible, update on the orders of mobile home and installing pipes under the county road.
Mobile home ordinance, that's now, I don't know, Jones gonna have a workshop on this, and ask them to discuss, or just send back comments to them, not receive.
We better have a workshop on it, we discuss it on the board.
I think we should have a workshop, we can have one anyway.
I agree, we need to have one.
Several things, so.
Yeah.
Be
We'll
included
do that
in it.
one, and then when y'all leave tonight, I'll give you the one.
One thing
I'll look for and install the pipes, and then we'll discuss that at the workshop as well.
that, if we take and, if we put it in as a law, then we're gonna have to have somebody that's gonna be monitoring it. And we're gonna have to have somebody,
We better have a workshop.
we better have a workshop and talk a lot, that are we going to be able to pay somebody $400 or $500 a week, to figure out, but I agree with y'all. All right, then, so I don't really need to
No,
table
we
it.
don't need to emphasize
All
on
right.
it. I just gave you an update. Just want to update.
Set up a workshop, everybody can figure it out.
All right. Number 23, public comment.
I got one.
All right, you'll be part of the 5 minutes.
On the prison work detail, I had a conversation, I can't tell y'all who I talked to, but from my understanding, we're paying $19,000 for our annual contract, which is half price of what any other county is paying. Appleton County has 2 county work details and 2 city work details that comes from the same YDC or PDC out of Alma. We are the only county out of, and I meant to look back at my notes, but I think there's maybe 12 different counties, I may be off on that gets a work detail. And we're the only county out of all the counties that participate that pays half price. The other counties pay full price. So therefore, when a transport needs to be made or something else needs to be done at that YDC or PDC, then we're getting the short end of the stick because we're the county that's paying half price. So when our community needs services, we're not getting. I've heard complaints from different ones that they can't get the prison detail, and they didn't know why. Well, that's why. According to what
That somebody wants to get them and use them.
yes, like different areas of the county. Like they used to do, at the rec department, different places around town. I personally asked for them to paint some stuff around town, and we got annexed, but the Omaha Community Center is another one.
That ain't even the same detail.
Well,
That detail is totally different. That if it's a carpenter detail or the one that builds schools or one that paints or put on roofs, that's that there comes, and that's not even one that we do. And then, see, a lot of times, at the rec department, I have never known them to work at the rec department. If they have, well,
Some group.
well,
Yep.
I was going to say that some of the local, but, even when we took and they moved the school desk out of the middle school, it was over here, there, they can't be out their site, they have to send an extra guard. And we get them 4 days a week, Hamilton County gets them 5 days a week. And we set it up this way because our road department works 4 days a week during the summer. And we set it up that way, and then like you said, we get it for about half the money that anybody else do. So they get 1 more day, but they're not getting, but just like 6-7 hours of work out that day, because they have to leave at a certain time, they gotta be back in down there to be checked in. If you check on it, you know what times that is.
And they got certain holidays they can take.
Oh, well, the holidays, another thing too, the group that used to go to the, I'm taking every 5 minutes, but used to go to the river, they turned around, and if they need to pick squash at Reedsville, they gotta go there. If they need to pick cabbage at another prison, at Lyons or whatever, or onions, they gotta go there. But we don't pay for them anyway, but, we do pay for the one crew.
Well, my understanding, like the $19,000, $18,000, whatever the figure is,
Yes, ma'am.
that pays for the guard's salary, because
It
we
pays
furnish the
a
van
portion.
and,
It pays a portion of his salary.
I think if y'all would look into it before you sign that contract, if you'd get with, I guess Robert's the one that sees and tells them where he needs them to do work. I seen them at the, library one day working, but I'm sure they work all over the county. But, I'd like to see what we're getting for our money. And if it was, to get a detail that's what, 10, 12 men? Even if you get them more, that's cheaper than hiring somebody at a part-time, even full-time, part-time, paying benefits. Another $19,000 a year is what I'm getting at.
Well, main thing, and then you can come and talk to us when we're not, we just got 5 minutes, but if they gonna stop them from going to these trash dumps, because they hide stuff there, we've had 3 or 4 that's been arrested for drugs, and somebody get them there over the weekend, and if they gonna stop them from doing that, but we go and we done voted, we're gonna make them with fence around them, lock them, open them 3 days a week, 4 days a week in different spots, and change that, so that there, but they spend Monday and Tuesdays in nothing but the trash. Thank you, Madam. All right. Anybody else with public comment? They waited behind me.
Good evening, sir, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shirley Harrison, and I'm fighting really hard to get a title to a trailer that I moved into on January 15th. Can't find this person. And they owe $531.92. If I can get a title in my name, I am willing to pay the current due, which is $61.24. But I want title in my name first.
First
We
of all,
have no idea where these people are.
that us as commissioners doesn't have the right to take a title and sign it into your name and let you pay the current bill of $61.24. That's a state title, it has to go into the state. Ms. Susan, would you like to elaborate on it, or you want me to just tell what little I know?
Well, I had looked at that title today, and, I think that's the one I looked at.
Tamper.
Yeah, because I didn't think I spoke to you. But anyway, the title is in a deceased lady's name.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? And she signed it over to another lady. And that lady sold it to who's living in the mobile home now?
It's me. I've been in there since January 15th.
Right, okay. So, anyway, the girl that they signed it over to never did put the title in her name. So, I told them that, you know, unless they find that Teresa, whoever, that, she couldn't get the title put in her name, plus the taxes would have to be paid.
There's, see, I didn't know this. If the title, and it's been wrote on that title, whatever the other lady just misdid, the name that's on there, you don't have to call it out. And the lady that owned it signed it over to Miss Doe, the one that's name is on that title. That title has to be sent in to the state and come back on in her name. Then when it comes back in her name, then she can sell it to you and sign it over to you. But then the taxes will still be owed on the trailer, the $531.92 and the $61.24 that's now.
So I would be responsible for that?
If you bought it, that's why that you would take and make sure that it's clean before. Have you done a sale on it or anything?
I think that one was up for sale this time, and I think we could find, we were on the wrong, because that one was in the trailer park.
Okay.
Did you get a bill of sale when you bought the trailer?
She bought it, she just lived in it. Right.
Well, I bought it for my brother,
You bought it, you done paid for it?
$150.
Well, first of all is, you come in front of the commissioners at that time, but we don't have the authority to relieve the taxes before that goes through the tax office. If they $531.92 worth of taxes owed on it, that would have to go through the sale and sell out here at the courthouse, because they hold the sale to do that. And we don't have any control of it. And so you would need to work with Miss Susie's office and then them see what they can do with it with the state. And how would you go about releasing the $531.92?
I'm on a limited budget. I can't pay this kind of a bill. I get $1,000 a month, and I have to pay my electric, my water, and all the other bills that comes out of that $1,000. So when you're talking $531, my money doesn't go very far. That's off of SSI.
Well, you know, by law, I cannot write off anything.
Well,
But, you know, we'll be back, I mean, I'll be glad to work with payments with you, let you pay payments.
I
But,
just don't think I should have to pay for somebody's back taxes. When I paid from New York State, I paid all my taxes on time.
if we could find the Teresa, that,
Who owes the taxes? The Teresa lady?
well, by law, that Teresa should have put that title in her name and paid the taxes then, but she did.
Right, but I mean, who's the actual tax bill in?
Teresa.
Teresa.
You can't find her?
But it's tied to that mobile home and that serial number.
Right.
But then how, if you didn't buy it from Teresa, how'd you buy it from your brother? Did he buy it from Teresa?
He gave me the bill of sale, or the title.
Yes, ma'am, but it's not certain, I don't have another Republican on it to send it in and all. I tell you, I can't this week, but if you want to call up here next week, and I don't know what we can do, but we'll go over to Susie's office and all. I don't think we can do anything, but I'm willing to try to work and see. But you got a title, but the title really is no good, because you can't send it into the state because it's not even in your name.
Right, and I need to get insurance. I mean, if something happens, somebody
Yes,
falls, breaks a bone, house catches on fire, I have nothing
Yes,
to
ma'am.
fall back on. And they won't put any insurance on the trailer until I have a title in my name.
Okay. If you'll get in touch with Miss Susie's for sometime next week, Susie, if you'll call me, I'll try to come up and see, but I don't know that anything can be done, but we will try something. I'm about 99% sure, but I don't want to be, just tell you, no, we ain't gonna mess with it. But I really don't think we can, because the title you got is no good. Even if you send it into the state, it's no good. And, because it's gonna come back in Teresa's name, then if you can't find her to sign it, it still ain't. Well, I'm gonna tell you that.
Thank you.
Thank you, I'm sorry. All right, any other public comment?
We're done.
Well, if not, no more public comments, we're gonna have to go into executive session. I have a motion. We have a motion. I have a second. Second. All right, we're gonna go into executive session. All vote. I raised the hand, but it's called for. Oh, you want? Okay, I'm sorry.
Too late.
You can wait and find yourself definitely.
Call me in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, I had a motion from Gary, second Brad, opened it up. We went into executive session, discussed litigation. We talked and hadn't made any decisions, and so by that, there was nothing done in closed session. No action whatsoever, so besides that, anything else? We adjourn.
All right, David. Oh, man, be good.
Good to see you, Davis.
James. Sometimes when you get some time, just come by the office. You know where I'm looking, right there on left. Right. But just don't come on Tuesday. Okay. That's the day I'm putting.
And it's closed on Friday.
And it's closed on Friday.